2016 was a memorable year for Google in India. We produced many thought leadership reports, a bunch of them out there. But I'm not here to talk to you about the Query Matrix report that we came out, where we actually showed the auto industry that using search trends, big data, you could actually predict or nowcast the number of cars that will get sold in the next 30 to next 60 days. I'm not here to talk to you about how we published the digital payments report in 2020 just before demonetization happened. Neither am I here to talk to you about the digital impact on health and hygiene and all of those other reports that are out there. I'm definitely not here to talk to you about how YouTube trailer views on how movie trailer views on YouTube have a linear correlation to box office collection on the opening weekend. So what am I here to talk to you about? I'm here to talk to you about the untold story of search. Do you know that every Friday, week after week, for 52 weeks, searches for vodka take a spike? Do you know what happens on a Saturday? Searches for hangover go up. Every week, right? So we'll go through 2016. You start the year in a really happy, hopeful note. All of us want to take, a New Year resolution. But even for that, we actually go to Google and search for the top 10 and top 50 New Year resolutions. It's my resolution, but you need help. Fair enough. But when that happens, searches for health, hygiene, diet, fitness, and gym memberships actually also go up. This is the month of Jan. As the resolutions break, progressively, search queries around fitness, gym, and health actually go down as we go along right through the year. We go to February, right? The month of Feb. But the fact is that in India, right through the year, queries on love quotes, love letters is right there on the top, right through the year. In all probability, the song Love is in the Air, Love is Everywhere I See may have got inspired by people in India. But there is a particular day where queries around how to kiss really go through the roof. But if you see that there are queries also on how to gift, that also go up. But the difference between gifting and how to kiss shows you how many cheapskates there are who want to kiss but don't want to gift. Yeah? Then we went on and we had this amazing event called Brexit, right? Even in the UK. It's good when people come and search because you want to take a, informed decision about life. You want to take an informed decision that you're going to go and vote, right? But look at the kind of queries, right? I mean, what is Brexit is good. You want to learn more about it. But, what does Brexit mean? But there is a query on the other side that, what is EU? When did UK join the EU? I'm being asked to vote whether to stay or not to stay. I don't even know whether I was part of EU, right? But unsurprisingly, even in India, when, it's not affecting India, but even in India, you had queries around what is Brexit going up. Even so, there were queries around what is Brexit in Hindi, right? Oh my God, okay. So we move on. How many of you remember Pokemon, right? There was this Pokemon frenzy that took the world by storm, right? And even in India, as I told you, India is never behind in anything, right? So if something happens somewhere, it has to happen here. And even in India, we saw, Pokemon queries peak to about, multiple times or 4 times the amount of queries that were happening at cricket at that point of time. I remember when I used to go with my colleagues, for a client meeting, we had stopped using Google Maps but we were using the Pokemon Go app to go because we wanted to pick up the Pokemons as we went along. And sure enough, it took twice as long as what Google Maps would have otherwise made us go through from point A to point B. I don't know how many of you remember, right in the beginning of the year, there were some, misunderstanding or whatever between Virat and Anushka, and Virat actually did a tweet, and he said, "Shame, stop trolling Anushka." He's saying stop, but the queries actually went through again, and he has never seen those queries that he had during that period of time, even when he scored centuries and won tournaments and everything else. But as we went along, this is not what a star is born, right? A star was really born when you had the Olympics. Around semi-finals, finals of the badminton, right? The number of queries that went were searches that were happening around Sindhu were 3 times higher than what Virat has ever seen, right? And a star was truly born. Take a bow. Absolutely. What an amazing woman. How many of you remember this? Right? Everybody loves free. Everybody loves free when it gives you access to the internet. Never ever in the history of India or anywhere else in the world, I presume, a brand has seen so much of query interest that happened when Jio got launched. What happened with that was the fact that on the internet and on YouTube in itself, YouTube consumption of videos also went really, really high. So when all of this was happening, what do you think people on YouTube were doing, right? Bollywood went up 3 times. Religion, videos around religion went up 3 times. Beauty and fitness went up by 6 times. What does it really tell us? That the new users who were coming in had a lot of interest in this, as well as some of the existing users now who had a hell of a lot of time because everything was free, were also watching more and consuming more of some of this stuff. We just spoke about it as we went through the year, American elections, just about the time when the results were being declared. Trump in India, these are all queries in India, by the way. Queries around Trump skyrocketed, right? But Prime Minister Modi said, "This is India, let's Trump. And he announced demonetization, right? And this is what you see. So, with demonetization, we at Google saw some amazing new queries that came up. There was, what is CVV? It's the same 3-digit number that's been behind the plastic that has been in your wallet that you never used. How to write a check. God, it's the checkbook lying in your drawer for months and you never wrote. You never saw, you never did anything. And now, when suddenly there is no money to transfer, you want to know how to transfer money. But this is okay. What follows is the fact that the hunt for cash started, right? And it's serious because people are searching for ATMs that had cash and all that. But look at when the hunter got hunted because they were searching for how to convert black money to white. What were you doing when the government had all those schemes that came out, right? What is black money? It's the damn cash that you've not paid tax on. But you want to know what is black money. How to hide black money. Checkmate. You can't do it anymore, right? So let me talk about, YouTube. I spoke about Google search, but YouTube is also the second largest search engine. And, we find amazing how-to videos. Some are really, really obvious, right? Like the kind that I'm going to show you. It really is still the top there. How to tie a tie, how to wear a sari, download songs. And actually, in terms of recipes, these are all good stuff. But in terms of recipes, India actually ranks really high. Amongst the highest searches of recipes happen on YouTube in India as compared to anywhere else in the world, right? But these are the nice, obvious ones. What are the unobvious ones? How to make slime. Stop. All right? If you have any kids around you who are school going, just ask them and they'll tell you how to make slime. I mean, every kid knows it. How to become rich. You are so lazy. You are so lazy that you don't want to work for it. You want to watch a video, how to become rich. How to be happy, understandable, right? How to impress a girl. Now, if that doesn't happen, how to make someone fall in love with you. And if that doesn't happen, how to hypnotize someone. And if that doesn't happen, how to disappear completely. You know? So there is, the story is about, as you saw, 2016, the story is really about, hope, love, grit, determination. I want to end my talk by showing you a video. It's about some of these feelings that unite us and give us hope to move ahead. Please watch the video.
No one understood what's going on. People were running everywhere.
The uncertainty
No one understood what's going on. People were running everywhere.
The uncertainty of Brexit. Don't know what's going to happen.
We're a more divided nation than we've ever been.
People start screaming. Everybody gets on the floor.
People start screaming.
Everybody gets on the floor.
It's completely tragedy and misery in Syria.
Let's go out and do something we'd never do.
Love does not despair.
'Cause I feel like I can do
Love gives us hope
anyway.
that change is possible.
My head is spinning and my feet off the ground when I can't stop dancing like no one's around. And yeah, I think we were born to shine. 'Cause the stars are down when they're compared to.
If you take away the labels, you realize that we're far more alike than we are different.
They can close their eyes.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
We don't have to try, 'cause we're brighter than fireflies are gonna light the sky.
And love is 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 love. Cannot be killed or swept aside. Now fill the world with music, love, and pride.
Light the sky. Light the sky.
Thank you. Search on. Thank you.